guys, welcome back to Bibbidi Bobbidi News. I'm Mayra.
And I'm Joe.
We're here again to talk about more of what's going on at Disneyland and Disney World, because I know, Joe, you went to Disney World, so you're going to have to tell me all about it. Yes.
This is called a magic band.
We'll get to that soon. But first, I want to start out with Electrical Parade.
Yeah.
Electrical Parade. That's leaving. I am so bummed out that it's going, but you know what? I think it is actually time. I don't know.
How long has it been? So when I was, now refresh my memory because you might know this. When I was a little kid, I remember the commercials for the Electrical Parade. But as an adult, as a kid I didn't see it, but as an adult I've seen it like twice, I think. Mm-hmm. How long has it been at Disneyland in this duration?
Oh wow, here at
well, just now, because it hasn't been. I feel like it hasn't been there that long.
Well, it's been around since 1977,
but not consistently though, right? Because they took it off the shelf. So how long has it been since this point? Like a couple years?
20 years.
What?
I'm gonna say around 20 years.
Dang.
Yeah.
No.
So it's been a while. It has been a while. I'm pretty sure that's the right number. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's 20 years.
That's crazy.
And even then, if you notice, I've noticed that not all the flows from the original was
They have to update it, right?
Yeah, they had to update it. But I was really mad because there was a fairy float. I think it was the fairy from Pinocchio. She's not in it anymore, so I was bummed out about that. But it's okay. But even though Electrical Parade is leaving, Disney has brought back a couple of new things.
Well, before you even say that, I got to see it for, I guess it's last time, on your Bibbidi Bobbidi News Facebook page.
Yes.
You just live streamed it.
Yes, I had to live stream it. It was the last weekend.
So if you want to check it out, go check out that.
Go check it out at Bibbidi Bobbidi News off Facebook. It's there. I hope you guys enjoy it. I just wanted to share it because it was the last weekend, and I wanted everybody who couldn't be there to experience the magic just as much as we did.
It was so, and you had such a great seat, such a great shot.
Oh yeah, oh my God, you have no idea what I had to do to get those seats. I had to camp out, I think, at least 4 hours.
Did you really?
Yes, yes.
That's crazy.
And then people kept on coming back because I know Disneyland has that new no saving policy, so we had to switch out.
Oh really?
Yeah, we had to switch out saying, oh, they went to the restroom, and it's like 2 hours later. They probably went to go grab some goodies.
So people did ask you about that?
They did. They did. But anyways, it's okay because the railroad came back. Mm-hmm. David Crockett's canoes came back, and Mark Twain, and I believe the pirate boat. I'm not sure of the name. Sorry if I don't remember, but it's there. So we're lively because it was closed down for renovations and because of the Star Wars land.
Yeah, this is all a part of Frontierland, right?
Yes. So we went. Everything looks so lively and has stunning views of everything. So if you're there, enjoy that as well. But let's get to business. I've never been to Disney World, so you're gonna have to tell me what is up.
Listen, I haven't been to Disney World in 16 years.
And you know what, guys? Let me tell you this right now. When I started, Joe...
I know you can put me on the spot.
Yes, I'm going to put you on blast. Joe was not a big fan of Disney. I even told him, be honest, it's not just about the magic, it's about the community and what Disney brings to people and bring us together. And finally, I get a message from Joe, and he says, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it was... Listen, Disney does things right. And you're right. I will wholeheartedly admit to it. I was not the biggest Disney advocate. I liked Marvel and I liked Star Wars, but I wasn't a proper Disney fan. So I didn't understand, because Mayra here and a few others would go to the park and had season passes.
Yes.
I didn't really understand why. It didn't make sense to me. It's like, so you're just going for a couple hours and just hanging. What is the point? Right. I do have a pass though. But it just didn't quite make sense to me. But now, after being exposed to the people and the atmosphere, it's you can't be mad at Disneyland.
You can't.
Or even Disney World. It's one of those situations where I enjoy it so much, and you just hear the classical Disney themes, and without even knowing how a part of Disney is a part of your life, that you're like, oh, this is playing like this song from Aladdin or this song from Lion King, and it's like, wow, it takes you to this. It takes you to this mindset of this is amazing. I feel great.
Yes, it's that's where I go when I'm feeling down. For some reason, Disney does it right where this place literally makes you forget all your problems, and not even that. There's people that you can relate to. There's no judgment. You're just there to have a good time.
Talk about the time we spent hours in line for one of your Disney pins.
Oh my God, that's another thing. it wasn't even about the pin. It was just about the experience, you know? Like, come on, like, there was people there that were retired from working from Disneyland.
We met a guy in that line who was retired, and he would tell us that, he was like 70?
Yeah.
He would tell us that he just goes to the park just to walk for his exercise. Like that, and that's the first time I think I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, you could just walk anywhere, but... Now it makes sense to me why you'd want to walk in Disneyland.
Right.
I get it.
Because it's just entertainment. They know how to distract you as you walk.
And it's so yes, it's entertainment it's the best entertainment at a theme park experience that you'll ever get anywhere, I feel like. But back to Disney World. Here's the thing. So I haven't been there in 16 years. Last time I was there, I was a kid. And I will say the only parks we went to were the Animal Kingdom. We went to the Magic Kingdom as well. And
did you have access to everything?
Yes. This time we did.
That was just the only thing you had time for?
Then when I was younger, 16 years ago, no. We only did the Magic Kingdom and the Animal Kingdom. I think. No. You know what? No, we did. I think it was called, at the time it was called like MGM Backlot, but I think it's called Hollywood's Backlot now.
Okay, yeah.
It was called something like that. But we did all three of those, and they were great. I mean, I remember the Magic Kingdom being just like Disneyland from what I remember. But man, I just went back. I stayed at the Grand Floridian Hotel, so shout out to Grand Floridian. That place is amazing. That place is really amazing. And then Disney gave us these what are they called? They're called Magic Bands.
Yes, Magic Bands.
So the way these things work, so I went through the media, so it was a little different. But the way these things work is for food at the hotel, for any fast passes, we would use these.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you would just scan them in.
For food?
For food. So you would just scan it, any Disney store, you just scan it, and it takes it off. So Epcot Center is where this really came in handy. Yeah. So you would just scan it, and it takes it off. And it was amazing. So let me just talk about, let's start with the Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
All right. So the Magic Kingdom compared to Disneyland, I think you can definitely compare the two because they're very similar.
Right.
However, with that being said, the Magic Kingdom has the castle's way bigger.
You know what? And I was just talking about that when I went to go see the electrical parade. I was like, while I was walking down Main Street, I was like, you know what? I think Anaheim Disneyland is the only castle that's actually the smallest size, while everyone else is taller.
I don't think that's a bad thing, though, because I think that the one thing that Disneyland has is the charm of being the first original park.
Right.
And you definitely get a sense of that when you walk in the Magic Kingdom. Now, Small World there is a lot smaller.
Is it really?
I
would imagine it to be bigger.
I think ours is bigger here in Anaheim. Also, I'm trying to think, but their Tomorrowland is still like Tomorrowland centric. They don't have any Star Wars implications in there like we have. I think that's cool. I actually like the way ours is laid out better. So everything is a hub at the Magic Castle, and you can get to every land here. Okay. Theirs, you have to go through like certain places to get to other places, which is cool. I mean, they're just different. Also, if you're going for weather alone, you can't beat Disneyland.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that Disneyland, to me, is a little bit better. But the fireworks show and the castle are amazing. And you know what? Something else I didn't notice is that I didn't know that there's a Muppet show there.
Well, we used to have one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we used to have one. I think it was replaced with the Frozen sing-along, and now it's replaced with I believe the Heroes, where they have all the costumes.
Sure, the superheroes, right?
Yes. So, and that's all in California, but yeah, it's not there anymore.
Now, let me talk about. I'll talk about the Hollywood Backlot, is what they're calling it now. Guardians of the Galaxy compared to Tower of Terror. I went to Guardians of the Galaxy because I went to the ride opening for Disney.
Yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy is amazing. Tower of Terror has its own charm, though. So in Tower of Terror at Disneyland, it's actually an actual ride where it goes out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it goes out and it does a little track and it takes you on a little thing, and then it does the drop. Guardians has the better drops because depending on the song, you get different drops. Yeah. I personally like Guardians better, but I definitely still like Tower of Terror.
And you know, and it's really hard to compare those two because the genre is so different. One has a more like classic vintage gothic look to where this is like all galaxy and hyperspeed look type.
Yeah, and if you're a Marvel fan, you're definitely gonna like that. Right. But if like I love Twilight Zone.
I did too.
When I was a kid, or even now as an adult, I still love the Twilight Zone. So it has that nostalgia effect. And dude, I didn't know this. So Rod Sterling, who does all the intros for Twilight Zone. he does the intros for this.
Yes.
And
honestly, I was like, how did they get him?
That's what I thought. I had no idea, but I heard that this was probably, from what I heard, it was an episode that they never... They never really shot. They released, So I was like, because at first I was like,
I was too. I was like, isn't this guy dead?
Yeah. So how did they get Rod Serling to do this? But it was quite amazing. Yeah. I did, however, and funny enough, I've never been on this ride, and I do appreciate it. Was the Great Movie Ride? Mm-hmm. I went on it for one. I was there for its last time.
Yeah, you had to tell me about that because I know I never been. So
okay,
you got to tell me like I'm writing this. I need to experience.
I'm a cinephile, so I love film. And it's hosted by Robert Osborne. So for those of you that don't know who Robert Osborne is, he was the voice of TCM, Turner Classic Movies. And he would, it starts off almost like at a theater where he's on screen and he's talking to you about the history of movie. And then you get in these little carts, which are kind of set up like movie theater rows. Mm-hmm. And you have almost like an usher kind of, or a backlot tour kind of guiding you through the backlot. Mm-hmm. And then there's a lot of, like a little show, but they take you through the history of cinema. And the cool thing about this ride is that, like, if you're looking for something kind of slow paced to calm down, it's the perfect ride. Right. It's long. It actually takes you through a story.
Now, is it really long, or does it just feel?
Well, I mean, it's like 15 minutes.
What? No way.
Like 10, 15 minutes. Yeah,
because
they take because there's parts where they just stop, and then like the cast members interact with other cast members, and then like another cast member takes over. Okay. For example, ours was, I mean, I'm sure it's the same on all of them. So I'm sure a lot of you have been out there and been on this ride. But like, he starts off in the backlot tour. We get to like the gangster town of like the 1920s gangster films with Lon Chaney, and then like they switch off. So like they like shoot out, and our usher runs away, or backlot tour guy runs away and hides, and then the mobster is like our guide for a while, and then we get to the Indiana Jones part, and he becomes like kind of gets killed, and then our other guy comes back. So it takes you throughout this whole history, but it takes you throughout all the genres of film, which is super cool. So it's musicals, sci-fi. I can understand why the ride is getting revamped, though, because it's going to be extremely expensive to always make changes to current films that are always coming out.
Well, that's true. Right. And like, I know before was a comment made where it's not like a history type of thing. You got to keep it modern.
Yeah, you got to keep it modern. I mean, at the end of the movie, at the end of the ride, when it got me. When you're watching the screen, they play all these classic movie scenes. Right. They did a good job at implementing new films. Like Frozen's in there, Guardians of the Galaxy's in there. Okay. So they do a pretty good job at it. I like the ride. I think it's a chill ride. Luckily, we had these, but the wait time for that ride normally is like 15 minutes.
Right.
For that day,
and that's where I was kind of wondering where you went like me, like I wouldn't get the VIP service. I would have to wait in those 61 or even to 100-minute wait.
But you know what? Honestly, like, it's worth it though, because the only thing that was that wasn't as like appealing about Orlando was that it's humid. Like, I'm used to Los Angeles, Southern California. So waiting in those lines can be draining on you. But waiting in those lines here in Southern California, I totally would do it. If I was with friends.
Yeah, it's not as bad. Or weather here is beautiful.
Yeah, weather here is beautiful. But like, I mean, it's just so humid out there.
Right. But you know what, though? I feel like they're getting so much stuff out there. It's like you have to go. One day I will go. Oh,
it's going to be amazing. Can't wait. So there's also the Rock and Roller Coaster ride or whatever, the Aerosmith ride. That's super cool. They also have, I'm trying to think, Star Tours.
Okay, yeah.
That's out there. They have a lot of Star Wars shows.
Is it just like ours?
Yes, essentially. I think it's pretty much the same thing. They do have Star Wars shows out there, though. They do have like a little Jedi training show. Okay. They have also one where the Imperial Guard or the Stormtroopers like all march and like come to formation and do like this picture thing. So that stuff is really cool, and that's also where their Star Wars land is going to be built. Right. Ours is going to be in Disneyland proper. Yes.
And I know they're going to get the Star Wars hotel too,
which is super cool,
Lucky.
Right? That's and it's an immersive experience. So like any fans of Westworld, it's going to be like you can be immersed in Star Wars the whole time. Cool. That's going to be so awesome, by the way. Animal Kingdom. Now let me talk to you about Animal Kingdom. I love this place. Yeah. I found it so charming. I found it so kind of like it's very rustic, as if you were in a foreign country, whether it be like Morocco or Africa.
Yeah, that's what I would think. I would think it has Africa feel.
Oh man, it's so beautiful. I saw the Tree of Life show that they had, and we had great seating there. They also saw the I forgot what it's called, the Parade of Lights or something. It was something of lights. That show was great, but Avatar. Let me talk to you about that. So I did the river ride. Okay. The ride is very much like Pirates. Okay, right? Cool. Pirates Caribbean. It's very slow. It has animatronics.
Without the smell, right?
Without the smell. It's a super awesome ride. But the visual, like, they do this great thing where when you're looking in the back, like, it's all digital, but it looks real. And they have like this thing that you can look up on top, right? And it looks like little things are landing on lily pads, but it's light fixtures just moving around. It's awesome. And I hear
the animatronic is insane. Like that one.
It's so insane that it creeped me out. Like,
really?
Yeah. Like, because it's huge, first of all. Because the avatars are huge. Or the what are they called? What are they called? The avatars. Do you know what they're called? You know?
Na'vi.
The Na'vi.
Na'vis, yes.
The Na'vis are. And I remember one of the other journalists I was with. He goes, you know what this ride needed? Can you, like a producer? This ride needed more Na'vi. It's true. It's totally true, though. It needed more Na'vi.
Well, how many would you count?
There's one.
Just one?
Just one in that ride.
One?
Yeah,
really?
yeah. One Na'vi. That you can see that's a physical, like...
I would think there would be more because that movie really was all about that.
A physical animatronic, there's one Na'vi. But you see some in the background walking, and they're alluded to.
Okay.
However, the other Avatar ride, the flight or whatever, the flight of the Avatar, whatever it's called, amazing. Let me tell you right now.
Okay.
All right, so luckily I didn't have to wait for the ride. However, I would have waited for the ride. The only downside to Disney World is that if you're going to wait for that ride, you have to plan your whole day around that one ride, which kind of is unfortunate. But the flight of the Na'vi, oh my gosh, dude! So you get in there and they give you like a show. However, the ride, the whole experience of the ride is about 25 minutes.
Really?
So, but I mean, I'm talking like the pre-thing too, like. They do this whole thing where an actor comes on screen and is like, okay, move around because we gotta link you up with a Na'vi, and you do that, and then you do that a couple times. They link you up, and then you get a story. They tell you the story of what's going on. So it's kind of like in Guardians, but like they tell you a whole story of what's going on. And then they put on your Na'vi kind of glasses. They're like 3D glasses, and you do that. Then after that, you put all your stuff in these little cubby holds, and then you sit on the ride like a motorcycle, right? So, and this is your animal that you're on, right? So it's like Soarin' in California Adventure, but way intense. Yeah. So one of the girls I was with, she wasn't a big fan of like drops and all. Right. So they only told us, oh, it's like Soarin', it's super easy.
Okay. So there's no really drop.
No, there is. There definitely is. It's intense. So the coolest thing though is you get on this, and yeah, it looks like just a machine you're on, right? Right. So you get in tight. And you can feel it breathing, like between your legs, like it's exhaling between your legs, like you can feel it.
Man, Disney will never fail to amaze me,
dude. And then you're on the ride, and like as you're going through water, they're splashing water in your face. You're moving around, and it is amazing. Like you don't realize. I had to tell myself in my head, like you're not really moving. like it's not. You're not moving that much, but the immersive experience, it feels like it.
They actually created that illusion.
Amazingly. They did such a good job with that ride. Like, and I remember thinking, like, what's all the hype with this Avatar thing?
And you know what? I agree with you because these lines are long. I'm hearing these are like 2 to 3 hours.
400 minutes. It was the max I saw.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So, but you know what? I guess it's worth it,
Amazing. I recommend it. I would say that you have to know kind of what you're getting into because it is something that you want to plan your whole day around. But it did not fail. However, if anybody is going to Animal Kingdom, I recommend going to Avatar during the day. So
really?
Yeah. So at night, you can see the luminescence, but you can't see them that well. It's too dark.
Okay.
It's just too dark to really get a glimpse of how beautiful it is. Because when you're just walking through it, even you see the floating rocks, the floating things. It's amazing. But to really get a glimpse of it, you got to do it during the day. I think. You can check it out during the night, but I think during the day is the best time to do it. Okay. The safari, amazing. Disney does not fail to impress me. So when we did the safari, it was a little different. I for some odd reason, I thought the animals lived there in the land.
Do they not?
They do not. So what happens...
Wait. So you're telling me they transport them or what?
They don't necessarily transport them. But what they do is that it's like a zoo.
Okay.
They have them together in captivity.
Okay.
But when I did my Lion King stuff that I had to do there, they took us out early in the morning to the savannah, and all the animals were just coming out of their places. So we got to see lions roar. We got the whole nine. It was amazing.
So amazing. I'm jealous.
I will tell you right now, though, anybody that's on the fence, if you're in Southern California and planning to go to Disney World, do it, because it's such an amazing experience. It's a lot different than ours, granted.
Yeah, it has so much to offer.
It has so much to offer, but not saying that ours is super charming.
Great.
Ours is great. Like, I can't ever complain because Disneyland is in our backyard.
Yes.
And it's so cool. But their fireworks show at the Magic Kingdom is amazing. Like, they put on a great show. You can actually see it from the Grand Floridian, in my room at the Grand Floridian Hotel. But
you were treated well.
I was. Disney, thank you very much.
Disney, don't forget me.
Well, yeah, we got Coco coming up.
I know.
But that was a lot of fun.
But don't worry, because this girl is going to Tokyo.
That's going to be amazing.
Yes.
That's going to be an amazing experience. So let me tell you about these a little bit.
Tell us how these work, because I'm actually
These
curious.
are the magic bands.
Yes, I'm actually curious. Do they work similar? Because I'm hoping that our Disneyland is eventually going to go.
From what I heard, this is from what Disney reps told me. I don't even know if I can say this, but from what I heard is that everything that's going on right now with Disneyland is they're doing all the fast passes and everything through your actual ticket.
Yes, which is
they're doing it through your ticket, and also doing it through your annual pass. Ours is a little different. We're doing ours. Florida's. I'm not part of Florida. I'm not part of Disneyworld. Theirs is a little different. So they have these, and they come in different colors.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. People deck them out, and I know there's theme ones like.
Matter of fact, the first one I had before I broke it had my name. Had my name in the middle of it.
How'd you break it?
I was getting out of a ride, and it caught it, and it see this rubber part? It ripped it off, and it ripped off like this part, so it broke.
Whatever, he did that on purpose to get another
one. Yeah, but I had to give the old one away.
Oh, did you?
I had to give it back, yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, they let me keep this one. But I have a video of it, but you just tap it in, and a circle lights up, and then it turns green, and you walk in. But other times, just to go into the park, though, you had to click it in, and then you had to put your finger in the other thing, and then it would read your fingerprint.
What?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Wow.
So Disney knows what they're doing.
And is that like battery operated?
No, I have no idea how it's operated. You could take a look at it. I'm assuming it might be.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It has little screws here, so I'm pretty sure it's that one big circle battery. Or whatever.
It could be. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's cool. I hope eventually we'll get it.
Only problem is though
what?
That they were having problems, like for us because we were there as media. They come around with like these iPad devices because we would go to the park early before it opened, so they would come around with these devices, and they couldn't check us in. And other times too, when you were paying at sit-down restaurants, they also had tough times to checking these out. Yeah.
Did they ever find out what the problem was?
No. So what they would do is they would use their if you're using one of these and you're at a sit-down restaurant, they bring an iPad type of thing to you and they scan it, and the scan wouldn't read. So then you would have to take it off and they have to scan it in the back. Now that was the only problem. However, with the actual rides and Epcot. I didn't even talk about Epcot.
Trust me, I think honestly there's not enough time to talk about Disney World, but just tell me because I don't care.
Epcot. So Epcot, obviously, Epcot's amazing. You can go around the world in the course of a few hours. You can get cuisine and drinks from around the world and gifts or whatever. But Epcot, in Morocco, I bought drinks at a bar.
Yeah.
This works perfectly. If you're going to anything that's fast, perfectly. If you're going somewhere sit down, that's where you get a little bit of the problems with the technology. With that being said, I think that they'll get it all sorted out when it gets out here to Anaheim.
Yeah, and I hope so, because with our Max Pass is on the phone, and I think that's really, to me, it was a burden because if my phone died, that's it.
Yeah,
where this, you didn't have to worry about it.
Let me talk to you a little bit about the Disney app. I don't know how long we have, but it's okay. But the Disney app is amazing. The Disney World app. So I haven't used the Disneyland app. I don't know how it works, but this would pull up the park and it would tell you the exact wait times.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Honestly, I think Disney does the best job of keeping you updated with every step of the park.
Well, because Disney wants you to come. Disney wants you to have a good time. Like a lot of people, you hear those horror stories where cast members like, oh, the horrors are working for Disney, but no. you hear more of how good they treat everybody, and they want your business. They want you to come have a magical time with your family.
Man,
and that's just
the guy outside of the Grand Floridian that greets you. He's like this. He was like a 90-year-old dude, and I was just talking, having conversation, and he was just telling me that he started at the park when it opened, and he's loved it ever since. And this is just what he loves. And understanding that people love the brand like that, it makes you love it. Every person, every experience at Disney is a personal experience. And this is coming, and she knows this. This is coming from a dude that wasn't on the Disney bandwagon like a year ago.
You guys have no idea how hype I am that he converted.
I did. Disney converted me. I mean, I'm in love with the brand. I honestly think they do a great job at really showing you that you matter and that you're a part of the family. It makes you feel like you're in a family.
And you know what? And talking about you matter, even Disney, I think recently, just for their third shift.
I saw that.
Yeah, they did like a party for the third shift because like they're like, you're missing. We don't want you to miss out in the magic. Let's share that with you. So I thought that was really cool.
Yes.
For Disney, like. It just shows you how much their employees mean to them. Like, they don't even call them employees, they're cast members. It just shows you, you know, and then you hear stories, you know, it's amazing.
Yeah, that third shift thing was super cool. I just read about that on the OC Register. That was super cool that Disney had all the people that work overnight and had a party for them specifically. So cool. Great company.
And then what else do we have going on? We also have the new merchandise coming out for the Halloween event.
Let me ask you about Halloween. So I didn't know that Nightmare Before Christmas was owned by Disney.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Yeah. So what happens during Halloween at Disneyland? Because I'm unaware.
Well, actually, they celebrate Halloween early in September.
Really?
Yes. They actually start with the whole Halloween party. And at that time, they will just decorate the Haunted Mansion with Nightmare Before Christmas, which is amazing.
Cool. Our Haunted Mansion's better, though. Our Haunted Mansion is better here in LA.
Explain.
So, one thing...
so ours... You mean
ours is better. Ours is better, yeah.
Okay, because when you said ours for Florida, yeah.
Now, ours here in Anaheim is better. I think... I actually think it's a little longer. And I think that the Hatbox Guy that we have makes the ride. They don't have the Hatbox Guy.
Oh, well, yeah, because originally they took him out here, remember? So they just added him here, where when they built him over there, he wasn't included.
Yeah, I mean, there's cool things they do there. It's almost the same ride. Ours is better. Also, our Pirates is better.
Did you get to confirm if they're going to build that Haunted Mansion restaurant?
I did not get that confirmed.
No, okay, so that's still rumor, guys.
I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, they were saying that because the hype of Haunted Mansion was getting so popular that they were
there's going to be a movie.
Yes, with Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
Can't wait for that. We're still in the hopes for that, too. But, yeah, that's just a rumor.
And Ryan Gosling. But I will say, Pirates, I know we're going to get wrapped up. Pirates of the Caribbean out in Los Angeles is better. It's longer, and it has 2 drops. Theirs only has 1.
Oh, really? Yeah. See, so it's still good to come to Anaheim, guys.
They don't have Indiana Jones there either. They only have a stage show. Our Indiana Jones ride is one of the best rides, I think.
Actually, not yet.
Oh, really? Is it going to be an Indiana Jones ride?
Wasn't there a ride some over there, Dino?
Yeah, the dinosaur ride is very similar.
All right, well, they're replacing it with Indiana Jones,
I didn't know that.
Yes, so stay tuned for Disney World. But really quick, let's go through our hidden Mickeys because we're running out of time. We got too excited with this information with Joe. But all right, so keep an eye out, hidden Mickeys. We're getting the new release for our merchandise for the Halloween party. They're bringing out so many cute things. Mickey ears that light up with little bats on it. And I believe they have a mug, too, a pumpkin mug. And also, I believe they have a lot of good treats, too. So keep an eye out for that, guys. Again, thank you so much for watching us. I hope you guys come, to hear more of the magical news on Earth. In the meantime, I am Mayra.
And I'm Joe.
So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to keep up to date with everything trending
in geek pop culture.